So I am at the Pacific Design Center for the amazing event that César put on, and so excited to be on a panel. It is on French Savoir Faire, and really excited to be talking about the craft, the heritage, and how we bring that into Californian culture.
So many people here, and with such an incredible creative energy this morning. We are here to talk about design, and let's be honest, we are also here because we want to share our obsession with how space, light, and texture makes us feel. Annabelle is joined by an absolutely stellar lineup of panelists that we are redefining the landscape of California. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started.
Bravo!
So I will start by inviting each of our panelists to introduce themselves and their practices. Let's start with Laura.
Thank you. I'm Laura Brophy. I'm the founder of Laura Brophy Interiors based in Southern California. And my work is really rooted in elevated, personal, and deeply more emotional interiors, and I'm more fascinated with the emotional side of design, not just how a space looks, but how you feel when you're in a space, when you work, live, play. Yeah, and I'm excited to be here with all of you. Savoir Faire, which took me a minute. I hope I'm pronouncing it. I'm not French, but it's really the intelligence behind beauty. For us, I think just the feeling that it gives to our projects, it elevates, makes it more personal. It takes something from what's maybe ordinary and easy for us to find to putting something in that is unique and special to our clients. And we really strive to bring that into all of our projects, something that has heritage, that has craft, that has soul, and beauty. There's absolutely a translation between the two. With French design, which is always so beautiful, they have it down, there's always a refinement to it, something that just, it feels beautiful and perfect without you really understanding why at times. And while I love that refined look, I also love to bring it to a more casual feel. So a lot of our projects, being in Southern California, our clients like that relaxed, light air to them. And so it's amazing when collaborating and being able to do that so easily now, and take something and just maybe change the fabric. How does it fall with these artisans to really bring it into Southern California, the Californian feel?
Yeah, I love just going down the rabbit hole. I love the research. I love finding artisans that are doing something different and just have something special that you know you can bring to a project that's going to completely change it, whether it could be the fabric alone. You don't have to do everything, but having that soul in a project, in a room, it just makes you want to be in the space, and it just changes everything. And on our projects, we really strive to bring something that is going to have our clients resonate with it, something that they're going to love, something that they're going to want to share with family at their table, not something that maybe we thought we were going to put in a space, something that maybe was something we had no idea we were going to bring onto the project, but you bring it to your client, let them in on the story, and it really does, change the way you feel.
For you, how much of a space's feeling is planned versus discovered along the way? Do you feel it's actually mostly discovered along the way?
I love that question because we do so much planning ahead of time, years sometimes, before a project even starts. There's definitely a sense of pride and fun that comes from changing things maybe last minute. We're doing currently an install, we're about finished, and there will probably be maybe 20% that we had no idea was going to go into the space. And sometimes, once you do an install, you do kind of come up with some different ideas, or maybe from sourcing before, travel, you come up with some ideas to just make it better. So I think you're always striving to make a design better. You get one shot, when you're working for years on something, a month on something, you get one shot to make it amazing and leave that mark. And so every project we work on, you just want it to end and be like, did it. It really clicks. You just want it all to click. To love even more now than I feel like ever in my career, rehabbing what is existing and working to make it better. And there's places, especially in Orange County, which is where I'm based, where there's some beautiful areas where there's a lot of influence from Europe. And a lot of these homes at this point have become, they're dated. And they need some new life to go into these homes. And just recently I was walking a home that's beautiful. It's a big estate. And this particular client is wanting to sell the home. And we get this a lot where we walked in and automatically it's like, let's get rid of the flooring, this beautiful parquet flooring that would cost, at this point, it would be a substantial cost on a project. And in walking in, it's like, no, don't do that. Let's sand it down. Let's get rid of the sheen. Let's enhance this. And I think there's a lot of opportunities in homes where maybe your client doesn't have the dream budget, but of course is what we always look for, the dream clients with no budget, but that doesn't happen all the time. So I think it's also really paying attention to what can we preserve, and then it does give you more of a budget to do sourcing and finding maybe a fabric that is a beautiful fabric that you get to bring in that you couldn't have brought in if you spent all the money on that parquet floor, or new flooring. So I'd really like to see if there's moments where you don't have to just get rid of something and just make it better.
Hello, thank you for your time. I just had a question about your clients and how they perceive originality in design. Now that things are so diluted and replicated so quickly, now that we have the Zara homes, the H&M homes, how important is it to your residential clients to have originality in design? Is that something that they're taking into account?
We take it into account on every one of our projects, and a lot of that is about educating our clients. And so many people now are resonating with stories and what's behind a product. Why does it feel different than Zara getting a piece, from an artisan in France who takes 6 months to make a piece versus you can have it in 2 weeks? And I think more and more people are starting to understand a little bit more and have a little bit more patience, which I hope continues. And we can really influence that. I think in even social media, what we're sharing, and the more people that are sharing about that fast furniture versus a piece that did take a long time to create that really made a space special, I believe that more people start realizing that's better than going to Zara or H&M home. I hate when I just turn something over, I think it might look cool, and I'm like, oh, Zara home. So,
I've been hit by tariffs a lot, and so I just wanted to see, so I shared to my client that the possibility could change so much. So it's hard to be like, oh, here we have a $200 bill for this stools we just bought from Mexico. So how do you guys approach that with your client right now? Because obviously this is part of this conversation, bringing some more French heritage and brands and artisans into the projects. Like, how do you deal with this?
something I believe is getting
talking to your client up front, once they fall in love with the design and they have the stories behind the pieces and they're vested, I think at that point, it is a conversation that you do have to have up front. But I think the less we make it a huge deal, the more we just say there are tariffs, as you know, but you know, pricing's always gone up. We've never seen it go down. So get what you want, buy once, cry once, and if you can just kind of not, like, you don't go to a restaurant and like all of the pricing has gone up, gas has gone up, every single thing is going up. So I think it's just not making it a huge focus. We have tariffs, we have shipping, we have receiving. I mean, there's a lot of costs that go into things, and of course we need to educate our clients, but maybe just making them more comfortable, making it easy, not making it feel stressful can help.
Thank you very much. Great memories right now, and I suggest that you connect together and see the beautiful artisan that we've got around. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, so when they first built the PDC, they bought up all the land around it and all the land in front of it, except this one guy that was a holdout, and he wouldn't sell his house. And it was built right around it, so it was sitting there for years. But we just looked it up, and the building was called Hugo's Plating.
That's funny.
So yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
there.
That's
This
a small
little
house.
Wait, let me-
house surrounded by trees.
Oh my God.
Is that crazy?
I never knew that. So how long ago did they?
It was probably before
tear
you were
down?
born.
Probably.